Hello, everyone. My name is Courtney Ladnier, and today I will be presenting on digital security in our schools. To begin, what is digital security or cybersecurity? Cybersecurity is called the complete work done to protect all systems and all data connected to the network from harm caused by unauthorized use. Cybersecurity has emerged as an essential component of digital literacy and responsible digital citizenship. So essentially, informing our students that their patterns and practices can be recorded online or sometimes shared without their consent are ways that we can look at digital security in our schools. There are some key questions I believe we should focus on today. In what ways does digital security affect our students? And how can teachers prepare to equip students who lack digital training at home? Let's think through those things as we move forward. There are two primary threats to how our students are affected by digital security each day. It is the what and how of what is being shared. So, initially, what is being shared? Our students' identity information could be shared without their consent. The number of steps taken or their geographical location through apps such as Snapchat, phone calls, call and message records, photos and videos through apps such as TikTok, their histories and passwords, even items that have been accurately or passively shared. And how is that information being shared? So, occasionally through the fine print and agreements that are made on popular apps and sites like TikTok, Roblox, Instagram, and more. There are many challenges to digital security in our schools. Initially, looking at the awareness in adults is a primary concern in our schools. Many adults, especially older folks, so if your students are being raised by their grandparents, they may be unaware about some of the pitfalls of digital security. Additionally, through their own digital illiteracy, they may be hesitant at all to join their students online and train them in ways to effectively protect themselves online. So, awareness in students is affected by what they are receiving in the home. Our students have digital bombardment without digital literacy or responsibility. They are spending their entire lives on the internet without the awareness of the dangers that actually lurk there. There is a feeling of fun equals safe online that many of our students find, especially on gaming sites like Roblox. And students have not been taught to read the fine print. How many times has there been a new update or agreement with an app or a website and we just click to keep going, even as adults? So, preparing our students for these things is more important than ever. So, here are some opportunities to grow. When your students face digital security, you can take routine digital habit surveys with your students. Look at your digital habits online as well as theirs. How are we practicing safety together? Are we giving out any information that we are uncomfortable giving at that time? What is appropriate information to hand out? You can ask your students about the online habits of their families or friends. What are their friends allowed to do or not do online? What do their friends' parents look at? What do their parents or grandparents or guardians look at online when they're at home? What are the common sites visited, and why are those the common sites visited in their homes? Additionally, and this may feel a little sneaky, but you can create scenarios where students sign a fake contract with terms and conditions to get a prize, and the fine print has ulterior motives. So, for example, if students get a prize of some kind, stickers or a piece of candy, the fine print says that they have to flap their arms like a chicken throughout the entire school day. So students can see that they don't necessarily know everything that they are agreeing to when they select terms and conditions online. Additionally, we need to teach students that online trust is a precious thing and that strangers are strangers, whether they are online or in person. You can role play or create scenarios with your students regarding online safety where the person they are talking to is not a trustworthy individual. So they may think they're talking to another student, but in reality, it might be an adult. It could be an untrustworthy person of some kind who wants to use or manipulate them. So, finding appropriate ways to talk to your students at a level that is understandable for their grade level will help prepare them to display their own digital security and privacy practices online. So, here are some strategies for school professionals as we look at digital security with our students. We can inform our students about digital tracking, that websites and advertisements monitor what they are looking at, when they're looking at it, how long they're looking at it. And we can answer our students' questions about security in a way that will not cause fear, but will equip them. We can role play scenarios informing them about phishing schemes that someone could text or attempt to call them or email them, um, creating a scenario that sounds very urgent, but in reality is a way to try to get their information. We can equip them for appropriate password creation. Tell them we don't need the same password to go for every website, that we can store that information in a safe way for our remembrance without using it in a way that is going to cause us to stumble or to have a security slip up. And then finally, we can look at ways of teaching children how they can be digital ambassadors for their families. They can do digital checkups and look at security in their families and their practices in the home on their devices. So, our conclusions for today: our students' digital security and its maintenance are skills that must be taught. We cannot rely on parents, grandparents, or guardians to equip our students for the digital age, especially when many of our schools are providing one-to-one Chromebooks or other devices that have internet involvement for their use. Through careful and explicit instruction, it is possible to educate and prepare our students for their online lives in a way that is both safe and effective. I want to thank you for your time today, and thank you for the time that you spend informing your students on how to best serve their digital needs in a way that is safe and protects their privacy and security. Thank you.